Hey friends, I am Minzu Choi. It's so good to be with you. Thanks for checking out this video. Welcome to the studio, welcome to the channel. Today I'm very excited because I want to talk about one of my favorite sneakers of all time, the Air Jordan 3 Black Cement. This was an unlikely pickup for me in 2020. This particular sneaker was actually retroed in 2018. I think it's been retroed at least 5 or 6 times over the course of about 30 years. The original Air Jordan 3 was released in 1988. And for those of you who don't know, this is a very critical, important sneaker in sneaker history because this was the design that was meant to keep Michael Jordan with Nike. He was unhappy with Nike and the direction that they were taking his shoe line. He was thinking about leaving Nike and creating his own brand, but they brought in Tinker Hatfield, this young designer who created this sneaker to convince Michael Jordan to stay. The rest is history. Michael Jordan loved the sneaker, and that's why we have the legendary Jordan brand line today. Now, what adds to the lore is the fact that Michael Jordan only wore the Black Cement 3s once in his career. It was during the 1988 All-Star Game with Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. He scored 40 points, I think it was 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 steals in that All-Star game, which is pretty incredible. But it was the only time that he wore these sneakers. So if you Google Michael Jordan and the Black Cement 3, all the pictures are from one game, which kind of adds to the mystique and to kind of the legendary status of this sneaker. Now, when we look at the design of this sneaker, it's really hard to imagine that this is basically a 32-year-old design. In a lot of ways, Tinker Hatfield was forward-thinking in his sneaker design, but certainly he was co-designing this with Michael Jordan because he had to nail every single one of Michael Jordan's concerns and his needs when it came to a basketball performance sneaker. When I think about the iconic characteristics of the Jordan 3, we think about the tumbled leather on the upper. Super soft, super premium. Michael Jordan wanted a sneaker that would just work right out of the box. He wanted to wear a new pair for every new game, and he didn't want a break-in period. So they had to use really high quality, soft, supple leather so that it would just work instantly the first time you wore them. I think the most interesting aspect of the Air Jordan 3 is the fact that it uses this elephant print, something that is very unique to this sneaker design. It's both on the toe box in the front as well as on the ankle area. And I think it is what makes this sneaker so aesthetically beautiful. The Air Jordan 3 was also the first to use the Jumpman logo here on the tongue in red, and the OG 3s also included the Nike Air branding on the back of the heel. What I love about this branding is that it fills in the heel space very well, and it just pops the white against the black. It just really works. The Jordan 3 was also one of the first sneakers to add an exposed air unit in the midsole. Overall, when I think about the sneaker design as well as the colorway combination, I think this is a perfect marriage. And I kind of want to talk about colorways for a second here because I think the Black Cement 3s are head and shoulders one of the best colorways on the Jordan 3. And this is kind of my thing with the Jordan 3. I think it is very difficult to make the color blocking on this sneaker really work. Over the years, we've had tons and tons of different color combinations, different color blockings for the Jordan 3s. And I want to say something maybe a little bit controversial, which is I don't think there is too many colorways that really work on this sneaker, especially when you compare it to the Black Cements. To me, the black uppers, when you contrast that with the elephant print, just really works. And even for like the white uppers, like the white cements, the true blues, the fire reds, I don't think that they work really well together as much as the black cement 3s. And it's because of the elephant print. In some ways, the elephant print is what makes the Jordan 3 iconic, but in other ways, it's what limits what you can actually do with this sneaker to make it really stand out and incredibly beautiful. To me, the elephant print on this sneaker was one of Tinker Hatfield's boldest design choices. And in some ways, because it is gray and black, I think it really, really limits what colors can work on this silhouette. And what I think the black cements do really, really well is bring contrast to the lateral and medial side of this sneaker. And yes, of course, you can change the color of the elephant print itself, but then it doesn't become elephant print. It becomes something just really, really wild. And I think that's cool. But overall, when it comes to elephant print, I think it is always gray and black. And to me, there's no better color to complement that gray and black elephant print than a black tumbled leather upper. When you look at Jordan 3 releases in recent history, it's actually really interesting the sort of color blockings that they've released. I think about the laser orange or the court purples, or even the ones that have the red uppers or the blue uppers. In some ways, those sneakers are just imbalanced in different ways. They kind of hit you in this off, imbalanced way. Even the Fragment 3s that were released recently, I think in a lot of ways, when you think about Fragment designs and kind of like the clout that they have, the Jordan 3 kind of fell flat in that way. It was just way too simple, and they kind of omitted the classic elephant print. And it kind of reinforces this idea that I have, is that it's really, really hard to really nail the color blocking on the Jordan 3, even though in some ways it's a very simple sneaker. There's not as much intricacies as some of the more modern Jordans that I've released in recent history. But it also kind of brings attention to why the black cement 3 is so coveted and why it just works today. Overall, when I think about the Air Jordan 3, I think it is a must cop. It is something that is worthy of anyone's collection. It is a piece of history, and it came at a very pivotal point in sneaker culture. It is a sneaker that has garnered a legendary status. It is a sneaker that is widely acclaimed as one of the best sneakers to ever exist. For me, how I like sneakers, I think the Jordan 3 is such a comfortable sneaker. It's such a wearable sneaker. There is no break-in time like a Jordan 4 or a Jordan 5 sometimes. I think the Air Jordan 3 is a great marriage of a basketball performance sneaker that's also a lifestyle sneaker as well. And in a lot of ways, this is the perfect colorway on a sneaker. Maybe the most perfect colorway on a sneaker ever. And so that's my thoughts on the Air Jordan 3. I hope you appreciated this video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace, friends.